Well, then let's get it started. Hello, hello, and let's continue where we last left off. Well, kinda, but it's technically still all the same. I guess for today I will just make some preparation, add some code, which I should have already added. Well, now the structure for the code is available, so I can make the last preparation that I don't have any empty variables running around, like the difficulty and the risk and also stuff, the room designation. And let's get that one coded in, that the spawns adapt based on the value in there. And for that, I'm going to add I guess it's in the spawner itself. I want the reference. I'm going to hand over the values. I think I cast them to int. So I have the multiply value already ready. So we go for int risk. And int how did I call it? We can take reward with that. That's fine. Reward. Now we have to adapt the functions which call the spawn item. Here we can pass the value of I think this should be possible like that. Int difficulty level. And int reward level. With that I should get the int iterator of the enums out. So 1 for low, 2 for high, and mid, and 3 for high. Now we get that one also in the childs. I think this would be item holder, and there we have another spawn item Let's to go spawn. Let's prepare 2 integers in here. Because we could store the risk and reward in here too. Which we just add over here. Oops. Well, then we don't need those. So I should run those into the base object too, which is over here. And now in the room we are calling the spawn function, don't we? Function. Here we go. Dungeon room item spawn. Item spawner. As the item spawner is. I see. Let's make it far easier. Because that one gets the handover anyway. So we should have that now accessible anyway. That's nice. Now I've got a chance and I've got to wait. Those are public. I mean, even if they are private, I could modify them with that script, which is alright. Then I am going to add another value over here. Yeah. We are going to add two public words. One is modified by risk. And the other one is modified by reward. I can just call over here an if statement. If objects I dot modified by risk and else if modified by reward. Now what we are going to modify is one, the chance. So chance objects I dot chance will be how do we want to modify that? If I just divide by or multiply by, it is going to be on the medium far more. Because would it be? How could we modify that? Let's see. Yeah, that's exactly not what I want. I could just remove a multiple. Oh, I have an idea. So chance is going to be if it's modified by risk, it's like the torch, so we have chance. Which gets negated by risk. -1 multiplied by 25. Let's say 25. So on low it's a base chance, on medium is going to be 25% removed, and on high risk is 50 removed, which changes a 75% chance to a 25, and I think that is very nice to have like that. Modified by reward. Here we want to make that technically the other way around. But the easiest part with that, instead of trying to calculate something over here, we can just go into the enum collection and change the thingamajig. No, I don't have the English word in my head. That's great. the order. We just change the order and then that's all fine. Now, since I have seen and I completely have forgotten that. Since coding doesn't start with 1, I don't have to negate the values by 1, which means I just can multiply by 25, because if I multiply 0 with 25, that is not going to work. Well, it is going to work, but it returns 0, so yeah. So we have that one added. Now the big question is, do I want to adapt the weight? And also for preparation, I can also make... I can't do that. I wanted to adapt the code for torches, since those should reduce in risk and enemies should increase in risk. Yeah, I guess I will just add another bool, and that's fine. Public. Bool is, let's say, hostile. And then we can add the line over here if it's hostile. Oh. It's hostile. Yeah, still I have to revert that. What I could do is give them a generally low spawn chance and then increase that. So what we could do is the following. If it's not hostile, we're going to do that. And if it's hostile, we are going to do that. Oops, I had pressed 0, not plus. So enemies will just have a very low base spawn rate, and then those increases with risk. Yeah, that's fine. And what I also could do is the following. Now I actually need the room attached. But it's fine. Is it? Yeah, I'm going to have to add that over here. I need a reference to the dungeon room, which is which we call source room. We also add that one over to the spawn function. because we are going to add that to the item spawn over here, to the item holder, because this is going to be relevant. I have to add that over here. That one is going to be submitted over there. Not like that. And then you need also a reference to that. I can make just this, and that's fine. Now, where do I want to track them? In the room or as an static dictionary? I guess we do that in the room over here. Here we have a private int. We have room items and room entities. But we are not really using those. Do you want to use them? The entity maybe. Let's think about that. I don't think I need it like that in that room. So I will just make a private int spawned hostile. Which is default to 0. Now we spawn item over here. It's not null. We set the spawned item holder. And do we have that? I'm going to rename one enum real quick. I can call that now just Dungeon hostile type. That is referenced in the entity, right? Yes. No. Hostile. And we can, I don't know really if I do a lot of that. Oh, it's changed over here too. That's nice. You are still annoyed with the torch itself because it's calling base spawn and gets all that stupid stuff. Who needs the base spawn function? Technically, not really. I have to add that stuff which is missing over here because I'm using it. That's fine. It doesn't really need it, but it's okay. All right. Let's have a quick look. All right. Now we're changing based on the setup of your room. Spawn toaster is not. Yeah, that's true. We want to do that. Dungeon item spawner. We have to adapt the function a tiny bit. Because that is not only the item spawner, it is going to be the dungeon room UI spawner. And with that it also should include the enemies. I just have to wait real quick. So we have just the object prefab. Now we do all that stuff. We return the dungeon room item. And we directly return the script. What we could adapt though, make that a game object. Change that to spawned item. Placed object. Well, then we can return placed object and we can move spawned item. Then we don't have the get component in the spawn function over here. And we are going to handle that in the room itself. Here we have the room item and we will add something which is going to be the hostile in this case. Spawned hostile. Now over here. We are not doing that like that. We need a game object which we called spawned UI, which is basically what we return over here. Now we are going to do, we are going to add two try functions, I think. Oh, wait a second. Unity. Unity get component. What do you a reference to a component of the type if one is found, otherwise is null. That's perfect. We are going to make an if. No, not going to add that here yet. Spawned UI dot get component of type dungeon room item, not null. That's all right. Exactly what I want. We are going to do that one. Oh, well, I think I can add that one in the if function itself. Then I get the component over here and it's a shame. Then I have to I could do it like that. I do it one time with that and a second time for the hoster. Spawn get component of dungeon room hoster. If that one is not null, we are doing that stuff. Else if spawned hostile not null. We are going to do other stuff. Here, for example, we are going to call the spawn function, which is this line. Here we are going to increase the spawn hostile. Then we are going to get a public int get spawned hostile amount. We just return the spawn hostile. All right. Here we are checking if one of those two is assigned, and also spawn. I call the spawn function. Oh no, okay, I set the interaction movement tiles of the spawned item. That's right. If it's not a torch, at least. demo check time to room item. That is this one. Because you're on the. Yes, that's right. Will you be able to spawn an enemy? That is a big question. It might be possible. Well, there's no hurt if I there's nothing hurting if I just add those lines to it, and if I'm going to add this kind of stuff, then yeah. We have to call the spawn function in here. So the spawn, we have different naming scheme for the array, and the spawn gets those values. And that one. And we can also add that over there. And do I do that in the room? No. Alright. Oh yeah, I do that. So I can actually copy that code in there and remove that one, since I don't really use that. I already use that in there, so yeah. Alright, now we modified that one to be able to hold the enemy types as well. And now we are going to adapt the hostile spawn. If source room dot get spawned hostile amount is larger than 3. Oh, it's smaller than 3. Then we are going to do that. We are saying we are going to set the chance to 0 because I don't want more enemies in. Now the big question, does the random.range even work with 0? Well, I think so. Is a random between 2 zeros should be a 0. That should be fine. -1. Let's say -1. Because we are checking if it's smaller than or equals to the chance, and it could roll a 0. So this could be possible. And with -1 this should be fine. Yeah. Now I have a lot of asset references to you. Where do I implement you exactly in the prefabs? Functionality, I think, for example, the ground node. Yeah, there we go. Dungeon rooms, pure spawner. And here we are adding the stuff which gets spawned. That's right. Then let's add another public over here, a public int hostile limit, and that one we are going to set in the inspector. Guess that's fine, though I can now go in here, say hostile limit is 3 for now. We have a chest which is modified by reward, and a stone table which is modified by reward. Then we have the holder nodes, which for now shouldn't spawn any enemies, but this could be subject to change. I'm not sure about that yet. Maybe some small enemies which could fly or something like that and sitting on the tables could be an idea. I have to think about that. And then the last one is going to be the wall node. Well, that one is technically the same idea, but you are modified by the risk. You could also have a hostile limit, enemies attached to a wall. This gives me a lot of possibilities. So yeah, I could use that. But for now I'll leave it at 0. Maybe if I add some, I will increase the number, but I can do that if I actually attach the spawner to there. So for now it's not really needed. And for tests I will add to the ground spawner an enemy, so that's fine that I have it already set there. Now let's set the rooms. So dead end room 1 has not a lot of spawners. You have, let's say, we go with a medium reward level. Never mind, the dead ends stay on default. They get changed based on our other mechanic, which I actually could add also now. The entrance itself, that is just a small entrance, not enough lot of stuff here. We are going to have that one a low risk, low reward point, since it's the entry itself, at least for that tile. The T-junction, Yeah, let's say that this version is also low and low difficulty. How do you make another one? Exactly 5 spawn points. So I guess we keep that one low and that later on some more. That was going to be the default corner part, which is going to be low. And that one is going to be different. We are going with a high risk, high reward one. So we have some maximum chance to spawn all 3 enemies, and also a high chance of the remaining stuff to be spawned as loot. Also, it could happen that we don't get a lot of torches, or I just add that stuff to medium in that case. I guess I'll keep it on high since it really has a lot of spawn points in here. The straight one is going to be the classic low, and those two, they're not. Well, they have 6 spawn points. Let's say maybe low risk, medium reward, just as a filler. Low, medium, that's fine for those two. There will be a lot of combinations later on if I add multiple rooms, and the thing is going to be that you want to choose your rooms depending on what you're looking for. If you want a lot of loot, probably adapting based on the difficulty. I guess having them on the same level is balanced technically better, because then you can't choose. You can't pick the better room if you have high reward but low risk. But with that, let's see what happens. But the low difficulty is probably going to be for low level characters, more likely to be used than the high ones. And if you find them higher reward tiles with lower difficulty, then I guess you should be rewarded for that and have the possibility to use those, since that one technically increases the speed in which the character will level up later on. I guess it's fine like that. Since I plan a multiple of rooms, those have to be found as well or unlocked. In that case, I still have to think about how you're going to unlock them. But yeah, I think I will in that stage when it's going to be irrelevant, and that's far from now. Basically now is the main game loop and started to be functionality completed last, at least, and since we are closing to that state, we are going to swap over to creating assets more and more. So maybe we are going to create some assets this week. I'm not entirely sure. Well, I guess, yeah. If I depend on the progress of the last couple of streams, I most likely will get this week to creating some assets, even if I try to avoid it at all costs. But the main functionality is really drawing to a close real soon, and the only thing I could do creating more rooms, but having more assets for those rooms would be also great. So yeah. I guess I can't avoid Blender for all eternity. Well, I don't think I can't avoid it this week anymore, because the only thing I have in mind I could implement, which I'm going to implement, is the combat mechanic, the base combat mechanic and the enemy functionality. And after that, it looks very grim with avoiding asset creation. But yeah, I set up the rooms now. Let's have a quick look. Oh, that's great. No reference error. That's a good start. Because I don't check if that one is null. Because I am basically expecting that the game object returned is not null. Shouldn't do that. Not at all. I also have to do that one on the item holder, because I have the same functionality over there, or at least the same order, and that one makes it adaptable that I also can add enemies to that one. Alright, let's try again. That's fairly dark. We have a fairly low risk. We should have at least some torches in here. I would assume. Our risk is 0, so it should have a max. Let's have a look in the room. We have item spawner here. We didn't get any of the. We didn't get anything out of that one. I guess I created a bug, and it's not supposed to work like that. Do I have default values in the spawner logic here? No, I don't have. So those shouldn't be resetted. Now we loop. Oh wait, wrong. Pure ice spawner. We don't have default. Yes. All right. We loop through each if modified by risk, which is false for the most items over there. Then we have that one, which is a chance negated by reward times 25, which is on 0 times 25 0, and it gets negated by 0, so it stays exactly the same. And then we are doing the chance thing. What here happened if object is, I didn't want a false value for that. Alright, that's the reason why I didn't have any torches. But still, though, I should have gotten other lootables. Let's check again. At least the torches should spawn. Oh yeah. And we got one lootable. Which is about right. We have reduced chance because it's a low reward room. Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's right, I get it. Only the torches were throwing me off, so I was assuming both of those had a bug. But yeah, the torches aren't checked as hostile, and I checked if hostile is false, which I forgot to change the intelligence thingamajig. But yeah, 25% is really really empty looking. Let's check over here. Yeah, you see we have now a 50% chance. We get a lot of more, far more. This is the max spawn possible even. That's fine. Got 2 over there, 2 over there, 2 over there, 2 over there, and the rest chests. It's technically a full spawn. Wait. We are missing one spawn over here. So we didn't get 100% spawn in here. There was just one item missing. Slide was spawning like expected. Now we get the mirrored part of that room. Since we don't have any other possibility to continue else. And we are repeating that movement one more time. Let's see what kind of room we are getting. I didn't. Those are going to be low high. Since I didn't change the setting yet. And I didn't add the functionality how they get calculated. But it looks pretty fine to me. Pretty interesting shadow effect if I'm standing in the light. But yeah, makes sense if it's on my height. This could look pretty funny with the actual asset. All right. Let's add the dead end rooms so that they have the correct risk and reward values set. Now we have to look real quick. We have difficulty level, reward level, those are private. I am going to need 2 functions. One is getting them and one is returning them. There we have we could return a dictionary. Because I technically want to return both values with one function. Otherwise, instead of writing 4 functions, I could set them public as well. I guess we set them to public. Having 4 functions for that stuff. Nah, let's keep it like that. We are going first with the difficulty level. Get. I could actually do that in two functions. Get, let's say, we call it get set difficulty. Wait, we have, yeah, we already have the get from. Do we? Wait a second. No. Whatever are you? Now I want a difficulty level as a parameter over there. Which we just call difficulty level, which is going to be default to null. We have to make this one nullable. This is very important. Can I do that with that function too? Return null. Do I have to do that? Well, technically I just can say return difficulty level anyway. And we check if underscore difficulty level is not null. We are going to set that one. Of course. Can I default to that value? No, you can't. But what I can do here is the following. I just cast it into the difficulty level. The difference with those is with the question mark, the enum is nullable, and without it can't be null. So since we are set it up that it can't be null, we have to choose a value. We can't override it with that because it could be null, but since we cast it and we check before that it's not null, that's completely fine. And now we're going to do the same with the reward level. Reward level. And that's reward level. We are going to return reward level over here. That one is going to be cast into that. Yeah, doing all of that. You are somewhere annoyed because actually I copied the wrong value. That and that. And then those two functions are set. Now we go to the room spawner itself. To the dungeon map which spawns the rooms. Now we have to do two things. I have the script referenced, which is very important. So we are here. Key path numbers, found room, well found room. Yeah, okay, this one checks if we can continue paths. And that one spawns the dead end. That's right. And since we force the dead end spawned, we don't check if it's possible to spawn. Which could still turn into errors. But we are getting the script for the spawn room over here, which we now want to access. Temp room script. We are going to get that difficulty level. And we are going to set that one with the reserved script. We access it via our reserved chord key value, and we also use that function for that. The first one gets that one, and the second one is set that one. That's nice. Absolutely not being able to mistake them at some point. And we're doing the same over there. And the next part is going to correct my typo. That difficulty level. Here we go. Now we can check that one. Shouldn't have been more than that. We have a low medium over there. And we get the low high. That worked pretty good, if you ask me. So where did you get a high? Your reward level should have been overwritten. Because I did exactly the same. It is not null if I do it like that. That's a shame. Oh yeah, right. I forgot one part. That is only after a crossroad, and the last room I spawn is not a crossroad. This one is fixed at the end where we end all paths. So I have to... Did I copy that one wrong? Really? Yeah, I did. Alright, now it should work. This means we are going to have a low, and this one should be a low as well. This one worked pretty good again. The correct order in the code should be correctly used as well. You're not low high anymore, are you? Low medium. Exactly what you're supposed to be, right? Yes. Alright, now those get set via the connected room, which means if I set the length to, let's say, 10, we should have a decently high chance to get some... Yep. We actually got some crossroads. So we have here a low, though that one is supposed to be a low, and that one is going to be a low medium room. Yeah. Perfectly. like it's supposed to be. I still have to disable the chests again from my last testing. Let's do that real quick. That one has to be disabled. Here we go. All right. Then we have that one finished. We adapt the spawn based on the room difficulty, which means the only thing left coding technically for the bare bones would be the enemies. That's well, and the contents of a chest, but this one will be better possible if I have actual assets for the loot window, which then should pop up. So for now, I could add placeholders or wait till I have the actual assets which I want to use. So I really guess I don't have a lot of time left to avoid assets creation. That's funny. Did I add the icons to the item script already? Dungeon room item. We have the item icon, which is going to be a game object, right? Can I do prefabs out of canvas objects? Let's have a quick look. We have a canvas over there. I have my prefab script stuff. I actually can do that, yes. Good to know. Yeah. So the inventory is going to be with assets. Well, with placeholder asset at least, and not the UI in Unity itself. So I have some idea how I want to arrange them. Then there will be a looting window, which will then make the looting adaptable a bit better feeling, and so you don't carry any chests around anymore, and you can actually decide if you want to pick up an item. What I could still do, which I just got my head around. Containers, the chest has a base value, cool stuff. I'm going to remove that one later on, but I can't remove that. I need the perception stuff. But what I actually could do is getting a min-max value and then get the value randomized. Here we go. That was the word. So we are going to use that one, that one. We have a function for get base value, but we don't really use that. No, I can't do that, what I just had in my head. So if I private them, do I add it with a comma value? It isn't annoyed by it, so let's have a look. And we are going to return an array over here, which is going to be can I just say new array? Abstract type of interface array. Don't say. Never done that in C# before. In PHP and JavaScript, it's pretty trivial to do that. So C# return new array. Oh, right. I have to return a new int, and then I'm going to fill up the array with min value and the max value. Then I'm returning actually an array with 2 values in that case. If I'm not wrong. Or do I just add that in there and yeah. Have to do it like that. I'm fine with that if it works. So item, we have no value reference anymore. Since that one is a parent object, we need that as public. We call that integer, and we call that value. And we check if null or torch. In that case, stuff is yeah, okay. I'm fine with that. So we can now set the value is base item as random integer dot range, where we have base item dot get base value, where we want the wrong brackets, the min value, and we want the max value plus 1. And then we just add that one. And oh, wrong branch. Here we go. This means if I now go into the chest, I actually want to adapt the values a tiny bit. Min value, let's say 0.5, let's say 0.10. And here we are going to start with 10. And say, I don't want to default it to 10. Because if I change the script, everyone gets returned to 10, and I don't want that. What is going to be the max value? 50, or do we go into triple count? Then let's say min value is going to be 15. Yeah, you go with that. The chest stays on the minimum. This doesn't really get used anywhere. The urns, let's say they get the single urns at least get a value between, let's say, 10 and 30, and the collection has a roll like 1550. Let's have a quick look. No errors, which is a good sign. And we actually have nothing spawned in here. Let's change the room real quick. I see a table, but I actually don't have a clue if I have single or multiple urns over there. I could disable the shadow and then I'm being able to see it better. Isn't that the case? Let's have a quick look. Change shadows. I do that in the light source, don't I? Prefab functionality, point light, no shadow. Well, it doesn't make it easier to see. But yeah, that's still something I'm subject to balance around. But yeah, let's have a look. We are in the second room. There's a table where we actually got 2 spawns, 2 onsets. Let's highlight them. Here we go. We have a value of 30 and a value of 15, so that one worked perfectly. Alright. Maybe going to change the... Nice, the name can stay the same for those. Well, now I can actually add the enemies. Well, at least the base functionality of an enemy. Let's create an empty, which we call enemy. Or yeah, I guess for now I can rename that one later anyway. 0, 0, 0, you're out. I want to focus on you, please. And also I want to add an You become a cylinder. There we go. And to have you nice colored, you get... do I have... Let's add a temp enemy material. There we are. Temp enemy. Here you go. And you're going to be a nice red. Then you are going to be stuffed into the prefets, where we create a new folder which we call hostiles. Well, technically you are belonging to the POI entities. Let's change you to hostiles. Hostiles, ja genau. That's the right word. Hostiles. Here we go. So, that enemy is now thrown in there. Now, what are we needing for you? Do we have a... Yeah, we have a scriptable object for you to write. Entity. I like that far more than entity. So, scriptable object entities. We are starting, let's say, with a skeleton. Actually, it's a string we don't need. Spawn, chance, and wait, we don't need. We don't use that stuff. We have removed that from the items as well. But the offer stuff is staying here. Right, and enum. Let's add a skeleton. Damage type stuff we just keep on none for now. Base health, get 10. Base armor 0. Base damage 2. Here we go. You don't have any rewards. You have base actions of 3. Nah, let's say 2. And you don't have any skills currently. Yeah. Then we are going into the general logic. We have the dungeon room hostile. For whatever private game object, which I can access any time I want. I didn't actually want to add the script to the cylinder. I want to add the script to the parent. And you also get the character movement script, because you need that one. Do I actually set the movement points through that? No, I think I will set that via script. Did I already prepare that? Set current room, get moving state, await movement, current room. Set, update, I don't care. Back. Well, that one is going to be relevant. That movement target, that one is going to be relevant. Movement range, not really. That could be interesting if I see the movement range of the skeleton then. On the other hand, I could make then something that you could visualize. Why did I... Oh, yeah, debugging. I think. I don't actually know anymore. But yeah, anyway, it should be fine. That is the waypoint function I created. So I actually want two functions. Yeah. Yeah. Why am I lazy and do max movement points and movement range per point? Yeah. We can do that with one function anyway, because that's just going to be a void. Public void set movement points. We get an int, which we call movement, max movement points. Movement points. And an int, actions per point per movement point. And what that is going to do is max movement points and movement range per point. That's here we go. Movement, which is that one. Because later on, if we change that one with the player character, we want that one adapted, and also if we set the enemies up so I can modify them on the global scale with the scriptable object. Sweet. On the player script, where we have our movement. Of advanced, we can now set current. Do we we don't have that in here, and I don't think I added it to the scriptable object, right? Yeah. Do I actually want to edit in the scriptable object having adventure with different movement ranges? I could have some reduced by traits, increased by traits. But do I want that on an scriptable object base? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Actually. Oh, wait. Base actions, last point. I already have it set. Never mind. Alright, we have character movement, set movement points, which is going to be adventurer base dot action base action points. Yeah. Right, I want to. Yeah, actually, I want to be able to control both base actions and base movement range. Movement range. What did I call it? Per point. Range per point. Just that I know the reference per action. And on the adventurer base movement points per action. Here we go. Then that one is set also, which is more than relevant if you want that to work like it's supposed to. Actually, what I could do over here, stats, that is all of that. We add now two additional ones. Private int bonus actions. Do we want equipment that changes that? Let's add that for now. If I want to remove that, I can remove it. And then we are going to add bonus movement range per action and equipment range per action. Alright. I want that one as sum of that one together with that one and that one. The same goes on for you. Then we have the bonuses already in here too. Those shouldn't change during a run, which means it's completely fine if we just do that on the start. Yeah. The same is indirectly used in there. I will do the following. I'm going to copy all of that real quick. I don't need the game object of itself because it can reference itself anyway. We need the scriptable object, which is a hostile. Oops. Which is a hostile base. We need character movement and inventory. We don't care. Base stats. Luck. Now that is one I could think about, but since the enemies will be balanced around the scripted object, it will be added in here. So max half, current half, that we need. We don't need any damage references, don't need armor stuff, all of that does the base. Bonus damage, base damage. We only need the health reference. Maybe we'll add some bonus damage and stuff like that later on, but for now I'm not really planned to doing that. Guess the best would be then I guess I will have it based on the enemy type, because different areas will have different enemies, and the balancing of difficulty will be around the areas. So if you go with a high level, you should be able to be over leveled for certain areas that you just can't breeze through them and don't have to care about enemies if you are strong enough. So that's fine. Then we can just remove that one. We need the start. We are going to set our movement. Which will be a hostile base. Yeah, right. I made them civilized. I guess we will swap all of that to public. Because having to call the function each time in here will be a pain. The important part with that is that I never ever change those values on one time. If I add read only, can I yeah. Let's add that one or some base actions. Which one else did I? Base actions, and then I want base movement range per action. Because that could actually be different on the enemy as well. Dot base movement range per action. Alright. It's modified for itself as well. So movement for that will be very interesting, but yeah, I guess I find a way to do that. Yeah, right. I wanted to have a look. Yeah, with read only I can't. There's an inspector. If I make them a serialized field, does that change anything? Nope. It's completely read only then. Then I should never change those. Or I write functions which get those, which would be the other option. Which is technically just customized getter and setter. I will just make a getter out of those, but then still it stays on. Yeah, let's make that custom. Public int get base health. Now there is an option to make that one with a bit more random, like on the on the adventurer. Turn. Prototype. Public. Get base armor. Turn base armor. Why are you encapsulated over here? Makes absolutely no sense. Public damage type. Get damage type. Turn damage type. Thank you very much. Turn base damage. Then you have a public int get base luck. Return base. Yeah, interesting what the IntelliSense tries to think what I want to write. I don't know why I want to cast an int into an int, but there's maybe a reason for that. A public. Ah, no, how do we do that? Do I have that function actually on the scriptable object? Let's let those two out, because I don't know how I want to have them. Designed later on. Maybe I make classes out of that. I will make classes out of that most likely. And why do I want to have that such a long name? But yeah. Then I have everything except the drops and the skills. And then I can make all of that private. Serialize yield. And also get the type for the UI later on. Public dungeon hostile type. Get hostile type. It is going to be return type. Fine by me. And now we go back over here. Get base action, get base move and range per action, and now I just need the brackets, and then that is completely fine. Alright. Next part I'm going to want to do is make the health and rage. We have to provide I don't actually want to use a range over here though. And those could actually go in a pretty big. I will return a random unity engine dot random dot range min health max health +1. Now I could adapt all of that for the adventure too. Maybe on a later part. But I think yeah, I will think about that. Having them private, well, makes it harder for me to change them during runtime, which would be pretty fatal. But if I don't do it in the code, then it should happen as well. So, yeah, I don't know. Better be safe than sorry later. It's actually not that much to add, because I can make just one function where I already call out the random, which wouldn't be an issue. And since I have already a Unity engine you're using in there, that's not an issue. So let's set them all protected as well, I would say. Let's copy you, because most of the stuff is anyway of simple values. Race traits I'm going to return as well. So get strength in that case. We will do that. Exception black. So now we get that out of that. We start with dexterity. Then next is going to be intelligence. Then constitution. Then it's going to be perception. And last but not least, luck. And now what I could do is technically the same I did before and return that as an array. Public int array get actions. Which is going to be return new int, just like that. And I guess I will actually do the same on the hostile as well. Get, as we call that, base action. I rename it. So here's the same. Get base action. Where we access the first and the second array point. And it's now called get base actions. So we can remove that one. Then we are going to have public string, where we'll do exactly the same. Get name, where we return a new string based off the I think I will most likely redo that at some point, but for now, unity function dot random dot range 0 and dot count. Then I can copy that one, and you do that the same with the surname. And then we only close that up, and then we have the get name function finished as well. And then get the race, public race. Race and return race, and also a public list of top trait, get traits. Yeah, I'm going to do return null for now. to do at trait function randomize functionality. And then all of that is done, and then I can add to all of them. Serialized natürlich nicht. Serialized field. Serialized field. Did I typo that one? Oh yeah. The D is too much. There we go. Then we can change those to private. Then I can just get that one over here. And let them all to private. Now those are Nexus accessible, but the great part about that is now that I don't have to call the random function over here. I just can say get strength, and that's it. The remaining functionality does the scriptable object. Get dexterity. Get intelligence. Get constitution. Get perception. Luck. This is so it's the same. And now we have here get base actions. Here we want the first array point returned, and here I want the second array value. There you go. And all of that is done. Then we add its own character movement. Can I attach that to you? Doesn't look like that, right? Would have been funny. But it gets attached over there. That one will be set via script. The speed, let's say 5 for now. Movement tiles, waypoints, that's not going to be relevant for that one, hopefully. Let's say you got a man half of 5, max have 25, let's say 20, that's a real slim difference. No armor, base damage of 5. You don't have luck. Base actions 2, and the movement range per action it's going to be 1, but you get 3 actions. Yeah. Now, do you need any other logic for now? No. You don't.
Now I want you to be added to the crown spawners. Here we go. Let's add a new entry over here. We add the enemy transform. Base chance is going to be 25. You are modified by risk and you are hostile as well. Then let's see if everything explodes. Nope. Let's see if we get maybe a spawn of that one somewhere. Oh yeah, there he is. And the good part is he isn't moving like I am, which is at least a good sign, but now we should at least get the movement and the turn-based stuff done. Did we just get one? Yeah. And the high risk make this room really dark. Do I maybe want to cut the spawn chance of the torches? Well, not really. But what I'm going to do is a duplicate, and I call it test slide. And let's make you an intensity of 1. At least for testing, it shouldn't matter. Yeah. And maybe I want to re-enable the shadows. Let's see, shadows, soft shadows. Do I even get any shadows now? Yeah, maybe that one. That's enough for me. Let's see. Yeah, I should make that there are... Well, I should take off the tile, that's very important. And I actually want them not visible like the rest of the stuff. Which means if I swap to the map view, I should see all enemies. Yeah, I have to change that. That's very important. What's up with that? This means I have to add the trigger scripts to the enemies as well. I haven't done that here. Let's get that real quick done. Let's tap. Cool. Doesn't work, I see. I'm fine with that. Means I have to adapt the trigger script from the room, from the item over there, which is basically that one. I want that one added to you. Public void is fine. I need now the triggered state. We got yeah, fine with that. Which is default false. And we need an game object. This time actually we, yeah, game object. Let's have that main object name as well. So, of curiosity, yeah. Have to add that stuff on the prefab, which we have to do over here. The main object will going to be the cylinder. The remaining stuff is done via code, which I don't need in there. And then I have to make the trigger functional in the room as well, which have to be done in here. Did I had somewhere moon change? I think the room spawner, this highlight, on room change, invoke if item not null, and tap torch. And after that we go to the items. I will actually have that one in here. Which is not going to be spawned item, it's going to be spawned hostile. And we absolutely don't care what type of hostile it is. Yeah, that's right. We don't care what type of hostile it is. Then we go with the trigger. Over there. Light level and the perception. We only take the light level. The enemy shouldn't know about perception. And over there we will do that. I want a private pool, which we call is hidden, which we default to false. And then I have to check when we change the room. Because all that stuff happens if he enters a room. Disable object specials. Totem disable special. Let's look up, but that. Do you actually want to disable the enemies even? We don't disable anything if you change the room, right? Hello enemy. If we change the room, yeah, everything stays in the room. And actually, yeah, that is what I want to happen. That's fine. 1 enemy, 2 enemies, 3 enemies. Wow. And we didn't get enough light that we can even loot this room. That's interesting. Well, we can loot the chest, but not the tables. It seems like the single flasks did spawn. Yeah. If we have a triple flask, I actually don't know if that has a higher visibility than the chest, but we didn't get any of those spawned in. No, here we have one triple over there, so it is even lower than the chest. Seems to be true.
Let's have a look. I don't remember right now. Chest has... didn't I actually... that you was... Oh, right. Scriptable object. Here we have to look. Yeah, 15, and the collection needs 20. And the single one needs 30. So yeah. We were close. Alright. This means on the enemy I want is hidden. I want a private who is dead. Not really. We can just eat it out of existence, or actually do you want to pool it and then delete all enemies in the end of the current floor, so we don't have to care about the garbage collection during that. Well, anyway, private pool is a quote. Which is what false. Now, is this... did I write that wrong? Yeah. Here you go. Because that one triggers me. But here it's the same. Here we go. All right. Now let's think about that. As aggro. Private pool is following. We'll probably need that one as well. Now, real quick, out of curiosity, we spawn in, we have all the movement tiles available. Half points. All are enabled, that's right. You already know of your path points too? Yeah, that's great. Still, I have to write the functionality that they can change the room if they are following. That is important. Do I want it though? Yeah, I still want that. Then I actually want to add this entering, and I want int on and room entering delay.
Yeah, if I hit the wrong key, it doesn't matter if I have caps lock enabled or not.
So this doesn't matter. Do I need something else? That's interesting. That's fancy, okay. I don't think we need anything more. So maintain delay will only be modified when the following state is set. On start, we actually want to set some movement tile that it's blocked. I actually want to set that like that. All right. Now the question is, how do we want to trigger? Yeah, we will add to the scriptable object, another serialized field, which is type int, which we call hiding threshold, and we can have a public int get hiding threshold, where we do exactly that. And now there is a script again. It's over there. I don't. I have to. I should actually make that parentable so that I have different child objects based on the enemy as well. Or I just do that in... that's a difficult question. Let's get the basic functionality done. And after that I can think about inheritance. It's not triggered, we're setting a trigger. We are going to set active true. And we check if the light value we get is larger than hostile base get hiding threshold. We are going to set this accurate to true. I actually don't know what that's supposed to mean. Good operator. Whatever. It's true. And yeah, I'm going to trigger the combat, I guess. Private. This is going to be a private void. I actually don't think so. Let's make that case private void. Which we call just acquiring. We don't have any parameter for that. And actually we will set the accurate value in there, and we just call the function over there. So what we also do is Dungeon Master set combat is true, and the enemies will get the first turn to get combat ready in the turns. Let's say we have that as a pool as well. Private pool is combat ready. False.
Occurring. Let's make that public. Because actually I'm going to use that from external sources as well. And actually that's all that function is going to do. Trigger cycling. Do I actually make that like that? No. But values I'm going to add to the Dungeon Master. And maybe let's give arm combat start in combat true. Alright. Then I actually can invoke that. Then I don't have to set it by hand. Is alright too. Which is going to be event system manager dot on combat start dot invoke. All right. Now if multiple enemies get spawned like that, it will be invoked multiple times, but that's not really the issue. Since we are only setting the turn value to true. Let's see how that works with the movement script if we actually now have no movement available anymore. And I can't get to the item. Didn't I write debug messages for that? Anyway, I want to first up. You are supposed to hide. And let's give you a hiding threshold of 25. Let's say 15. 15 is fine. Well, you're hard to see. Maybe yeah. Let's say 25. Now we can still freely move. We change the room. We still can freely move because it is actually dark enough that they are trying to hide, which is fine. The room highlighters are gone. Now he is visible. We are in a state of combat and we don't get our movement range anymore. Now I have to actually fix that because I know that worked before. I think. Alright. Show movement range should be the script for that. In combat. If not in combat, we are looking through that, and if we are outside of combat, we are going to do that kind of stuff. Oh, movement script does get correctly set, does it? Range per point 0, max per... Oh yeah. I should actually set that one in the scriptable object. Otherwise I can't move. Yeah, that's exactly how it should work. I only have my special range I can move. I can't change the rooms since we are in combat, and maybe I will hide those. I'm not sure. But yeah, I can't swap the room because we are fixed to the combat thanks to the enemy which spawned. Alright. I still want... I guess I will do the same functionality to block the ground tiles like I have with the POI, with the lootable objects as well. So that should be fine if I add that to it. Since it has a collider, it should work just fine. It doesn't need a light, it spawns its own collider anyway. Never mind. But what I noticed, I don't get the boom change. Oh yeah, it's still there. Alright. Was it only because there was an enemy spawned? Oh no. Oh yeah, we had triggered an enemy. Oh, here's exactly what I want. I can't move to there since it's out of range. I can move to there though. Which means I have to adapt the script that I can't actually get the tiles visible where I'm not supposed to go, which I actually now can test, which is great. But I have to get real quick away from the keyboard, so I will be right back. Alright, let's continue. With the script where we checked the path which we are taking, which is now not feasible anymore, since it had a different context how I at the time when I wrote it, and with that meaning we have to adapt that to the movement we have. The good point is we can get a similar approach like the general movement, where we check the tiles, and instead adding them to the movement, to the waypoints, we can just make them visible. So we are technically kinda using the same script like there. A bit more lighter than that, so that should be fine. I will keep the steps. Calculated ends, possible ends. That one is not going to be here anymore. Not in that case, at least. Possible ends. All of that stuff we don't really need anymore, because it's just not fitting to the movement we are doing, which means technically I can just eat it out and be done with it. Waiting for movement, actually this one is something I want to keep there. I want those two floats. And now we are going to do a double for each loop. For each 4. Can I please? Thank you. 4i is movement points, and then for we are changing that to J, and then movement range per point. All right. Basically, what I now want to do is check in all 4 possible directions if there is a tile, which is basically this whole list I did. Yeah, something like that.
Position. Compass. Path search. Check for movement. Else is not magic. We check that for alright. For each direction, and this else is the count thingamajig. Okay, I get it. I remember how that works. And you are just checking if there's a tile. Or something like that. Yeah, you're checking if the tile is not already on the list and all that stuff. Which means I technically copy all of that. Out of the for each. And then do I need that massive? Well, I can remove what I don't need. So let's get that one copied. Enable movement tiles. That's a list. Which I want to activate then here, yeah. So let's add that for now in here. And let's modify what we need. Technically speaking, I have to copy the for each two. Which means I have to do that one. All right. Let's get that one out for now too. Just Yeah, there's for each. Let's see if we can do that. Target position doesn't exist. What was target position again? Alright, we don't have a target position. So, okay, that's just the distance. Display new target position, command path. Yeah, right, I don't need that. Don't need the path reference. The distance, I don't really care. Yeah, just the depth what I need. Next, preferred paths. Paths to add. I want a list over there, which we call stored paths. And let's name that stored path. We can check for movement. Distance, I absolutely don't care. If it's valid, it's absolutely don't care too. So distance is smaller than 1 or equals 1. So we move that one. You only want to check if it's valid. Technically speaking, I can do that and do that, and that one I absolutely don't care. I think, at least. Oop. Pressed Alt one time too much. So else I absolutely don't need, because I don't care. Stored path is done. True. Let's see if I need that. I don't know. No else. All right. We going through each path tile. We check if it already exists, if we have it in our list already, and the position. Is that right? Transform the position
for each enabled movement tiles, and we don't have enabled movement tiles. Bam. There we go. That's the issue. Current rule movement tile. This means I can't use that because this one checks level movement tiles. That's a shame. But I can do the following. I can add a bool. Check. Range check, which is default false. And we make an if. Range check. We copy all of that funny stuff. In there. And we change that one to, where was it? Prepare movement, you can go. I want current room movement tiles. So. But those are transforms. I can't access the transform with that one right now. In current movement tiles. Yeah. Then I guess we do one for loop instead. And I current movement on start cut. I basically move that one. And at that one, I actually can move the transform the position. Same over here. And the rest should be the same. That's fine, yeah. So if we have a tile over there, if the tile is over there, yeah, alright. I have it again. And we are still on the show movement range, yes. And we are going to add a true to all of them. With that, we check the actual tiles and not the visible ones. Now, if we have it, we add that to the current path. Is the done for me relevant? Start pass. I can technically say well, that one is false. But I don't add stuff to it yet. This means basically the first move. Which actually should even matter. Yeah. So I have current paths. I have a stored paths. So I am looping through that instead. No. Yeah. Save those. That's completely fine. I want only to loop through those where X X dot is done. Is false. Now the thing is, I don't have anything in that array. So I have technically to do a first move in that case. Can I circumvent that somehow? The step stuff I don't actually need over there. So we can move them. Yeah, now I get rid of those, but I actually don't care. Have I reference on which tile I'm standing on? Current tile. So this is the first. Yeah. I have it. To tile. I want the transform and the other one doesn't really matter, but okay, and position. And yeah, no. Well, that is not possible. Oh, I can just play null. Alright. No. I was actually. Why are you? Oh yeah, I'm missing one bracket over there. But doesn't this look wrong? Current paths. Ah, it should be fine. Let's just make that one real quick over there, but it can stop arguing that there's stuff missing, because honestly I couldn't care less. Alright, prepare movement. Then there should be a loop with all those movement valid path, current path where is finished. Single I'm curious how this works again. I have currently not, and I idea. List current paths is finished. Oh yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Okay. Now, what we have over here, we have added all the possible paths. Now what we want to do is the following. Component function movement tile. This I have to do that, yes. Do I? Movement paths. What exactly you do is store the vectors 3 and some other stuff, which means you actually don't store the tiles. And that's annoying. This means I have to adapt that more. E. Yeah, because the other thing doesn't... yeah, okay. I have to adapt that one a tiny bit. No, actually, what would be the easiest path? I mean, I get for each of those tiles anyway as a component. So it's actually doesn't matter. So I have current tile. I still don't know why this one is not the same color like the other ones, but yeah. This done is false, please. Needs to correct bool value over there. Hi, Shiro. I will want an actual list with dungeon movement tiles. This one returns the bool. So I actually don't know the game object on which it stands. So that is bad. But I still can make use of that, yes. Because if it returns true, I know there's a tile. Now, the important part is getting the tiles doing what I want. Which means... I have the current path, I add the... not the new, I want the current paths to be... of type dungeon item tile thingamajig.
we add our current tile, which is of type movement tile. That's fine. Oh yeah, that's because I just could add it like that. That's why it's showing like that. Alright. Now current paths. We have that. What that one misses is definitely on the other hand, what I could do is actually change the class a tiny bit, because I could actually say we make a public movement tile, which I say move. Now I can say the following. Well, I can't, but yeah. Prepare movement. I'm too early for that. I'm here. I want current paths. The first one to set the movement tile to current tile. Alright. Now we have a reference in there for those as well. Now what we can do, we check for movement. I can make that one there, check with the movement. We may check if we make a range check. So now we do that. Here we have no reference to the game object. Oh well, we have. Funnily enough, we have. This means no, I do vector 3, I don't check the movement path thingamatic. That's annoying. I could also add that one to there as an optional parameter. Let's do that. Movement paths, which defaults to null as well.
current path. What I now can do, if I'm true, current path dot movement tile is that one dot get component of type dungeon movement tile. Perfect. Now the only thing I need to do is there to add also the stored path dot wait. Nope. Current path. Because now it gets also stored the component which I need. I can still use that done thingamajig. Which means I should just work outwards. And if I'm finished with that, I can copy you and instead of movement tile we are looping through that. We don't need the component. We only have to check if current path the movement tile blocked state, then movement tile load this, yeah, and I need that movement tile dot game object, that one. That now is a bit far-fetched, but in theory it should work. Yeah, there are a lot of values which are currently not used, I know. Hey, this worked great. So let's have an actual look. Current path, we add the range, yeah, that is working. We check if done is false. It's just a fault. Let's change the to not true in that case, just to be sure. Path to add, that one gets added to there. So in the function we add the thing to it. Theoretically. Hi Shira. And now we're soon finished. Shira, please. Don't be a fat cat. Now let's think about where could the ever lie. We have one path. We're checking all the other positions according to that. And if you find a tile, we are adding that one to the tile. Good component. Transform. Yeah. That should be completely fun. I mean, the standard script works the same way. And then we make a for each, and we do all of that stuff. Well, I guess I'll try that more with fresh mind and fresh brain. It's fairly late and I had a pretty long day still, so yeah. Guess maybe tomorrow I have more luck finding this issue if I don't really had already that one in my head during the day. Then I'm going to thank everyone for watching, for chatting, for liking and all that stuff. And I hope we see us next time. Good night, good day, depending on the time zone. Bye bye.